What's up, YouTube? Thank you very much for watching Practical Survival. I really appreciate it. It's been a while since I've done a video, going on probably 6-7 months. But I'm back, and I hope to be putting out videos on a more regular basis now that things have kind of settled down a little bit. Today I want to talk about something that I got from Slow Camping Pack. I got my very first Swiss Army tool. Now this one is a Wenger design. Wenger was Victorinox's competition for years, and they started going under, so Victorinox bought Wenger, and they kept their designs and named them the Evolution series. So all the Evolution series is all Wenger designs, now produced by Victorinox or Swiss Army. And this is a pretty cool knife. I always thought these things were toys, so I never ever got one. And I really just thought they were little trinkets. But this thing has proved to be so useful, it's almost ridiculous. Everything on here is useful. Even this compass, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. This one is just a hair too wide for me. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 layers. That's a lot of layers. I do have some more Swiss Army knives on the way, but this was my first one, my introduction into Swiss Army knives. So this is the one I'm starting with. And let me get the camera moved around, and we'll dive into this knife. I really think you're going to like it. Like I said, it has proved very useful and really has changed my mind on the Swiss Army knife universe. So let me get the camera turned around and we'll get dived into this. Okay, so this is the Wenger designed Evolution Grip S54 from Victorinox or Swiss Army knives. Take your pick. So let's just kind of dive into it. Start off, we've got a nail file and nail cleaning tool right here. And that nail file actually works, so that's pretty cool. Next we have the main blade, which on this model is a locking blade. Got a lock right there. Pretty typical of a Swiss Army knife. Slightly different blade shape on this Wenger design than a true Victorinox design. The blade shapes are just slightly different, and the blade is just a hair thinner than a true Victorinox design. But it's still, I mean, it came super sharp, and that is your blade. It's really strong lockup too. I mean, there is absolutely no wiggle up, down, or side to side. It's really a firm lockup. Press this little button, finger out of the way, and the knife closes up. Next is the Wenger design pliers. These pliers are unique in that they are adjustable. So you've got your regular setting right there with a spring bar right here. So the Wenger design has a spring bar. The Victorinox design has a little bitty thin metal spring that rests in there. It's not this bar. But here is your second setting, so you can get stuff a little bit wider. And in the first setting, these are actually pretty fine. Focus. They're pretty fine. Useful, not as useful as Leatherman when it comes to the pliers, but this is pretty useful. Light duty. Absolutely light duty. Next, we have our metal file. So you got your crosshatch on this side. Well, that side's crosshatch too. Both sides are crosshatch. So on a Victorinox, one side is crosshatch, one side is not. On this one, both sides are crosshatch. And you've got your metal saw down here on the bottom side. See if you could pick up those teeth. Camera is really not wanting to focus too well on it. So that is your metal file. Then we have your wood saw. Victorinox has always done the wood saw right, making the spine of the wood saw thinner than the teeth so it doesn't bind up. This is something that a few other companies like Leatherman need to take notes on and start doing themselves, because it really works well. It works a lot better than a Leatherman saw. Next is a magnifying glass. It really does work. I won't say it's about 5 times magnification, but I could be wrong on that. And it's got a little flathead screwdriver on the end of it. So that's also a pretty useful item. Next is your fish scaler. Now the Wenger design fish scaler is also different from the Victorinox fish scaler, because this portion is your hook remover instead of this. The Victorinox version does not have this little cutout right here. This V is actually cut deeper, and that's your hook disgorger. It's a little bit different on this Wenger, and this is your fish scaler. Sitting right in the middle of the tool. I don't really know how well this is going to work. I haven't had a chance to go fishing with this yet, so I'm not real sure how well that would work being right in the middle of the tool, but I think it'd be alright. Next is your scissors. Very sharp scissors. I have found out that these scissors are pretty much the scissors that every pair of scissors on every other multi-tool aspire to be. These scissors are extremely sharp, cut very well. They'll even cut your fingernails. Very sharp scissors. And these have the spring bar again. The Victorinox series only has a small little metal spring that comes up. It doesn't have this bar. But on the Victorinox, those springs are replaceable. I don't know the longevity of that bar. I just haven't had one long enough to find out if that bar will actually last or not. But that's your scissors. Next, we have a wrench. Multi-size little wrench. Only really good for coming in this way. If you had to come in this way, it's going to be kind of hard to reach. So only really good for coming in this way. Then we have your 3D Phillips head, which has a half stop here that's pretty strong, and then your 180. Pretty excellent Phillips head screwdriver. 3D. Then we have what is causing the majority of the bulk in this knife, and that is your measuring device with inches on one side and centimeters on the bottom, or on the, well, inches on the bottom, centimeters on the top when you hold it this way. And then you have your little button compass, which is removable. And this compass is actually pretty accurate. Out of button compasses, it's actually pretty good as far as button compasses go. You just line the north up with the red arrow, and there you go. Line the north up with the red arrow, and you're set. You've got all your different degrees in there. This is pretty thick. This is what's causing the majority of the bulk. I mean, look how much space that actually takes up in the knife. I kind of wish that wasn't there. If that wasn't there, it would be closer to the size of the Swiss Champ, which I will hopefully be getting in a couple of weeks to show you guys. We've got your Victorinox style can opener with a little bitty flathead on the end of it. And again, Victorinox can openers, just like the scissors, are the tools that every other multi-tool tries to live up to but just can't quite accomplish. These are the best can openers on a multi-tool, in my opinion. Then we have your bigger Phillips head with a bottle opener and a little wire stripper. Then we go back here to the back. Got your corkscrew right there. Just a regular old corkscrew. And then you've got your sewing awl or reamer. Does have the sewing eye right there. It's actually got a decent edge on it. Works pretty good. And then you've got your toothpick, which has come in handy many a times already. Very happy to have that. And your tweezers, which has also come in handy a couple times already. I didn't realize how handy it was to have a pair of tweezers on me until I got this tool. And then they're also counting this lanyard ring as a tool. So at Slow Camping Pack, you've got this for about $130. You can find it on Amazon just a little bit cheaper, but Amazon cannot match Slow Camping Pack's customer service. Outstanding customer service of Slow Camping Pack. and that is in San Luis Obispo, California. So that is my introduction into the Swiss Army family of knives, and it has changed my mind 100% on these multi-tools. This is an outstanding example, and there's only a couple things that I would change. I would take this out. I would add a couple of the other tools on the back, but an outstanding multi-tool, highly recommended. These things are great for kids. If you have a kid and need to get them a first knife, you can't go wrong with this. Will probably Victorinox, something at Victorinox will probably be my son's first knife. He's 3 now, so we got a ways to go. Well, maybe not. They've actually got a little plastic Victorinox knife that everything in it is plastic. It's got a fork, it's got a spoon, it's got the knife, it's got all that stuff in it. He may end up getting one of those for Christmas. We'll have to see. Maybe his birthday. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. As always, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe on this video. And we will see y'all next time. Hopefully in about a week. Later.